And then one of my favorite tools to ever use for recon is 𝐂𝐴𝐴. This is a massive tool. It does a lot of stuff. It looks for DNS records. It does some scraping through different search engines. It looks at certificates. It hits different APIs. It looks at archives. It's a very, very cool tool. It comes with different supports for different OS. We're going to go ahead and look for Ubuntu. It should be pretty easy to install, but this does a lot of stuff. I highly, highly recommend looking at the tutorials and understanding what it does, because this is just beyond just subdomain enumeration, but we're going to cover a lot of the different usages for it. Jeff Foley, the author of OWASP 𝐂𝐴𝐴, also has done a great talk during NameChap. I'll make sure to link it down below in the resource sections, and you can kind of look at it and understand how it uses 𝐂𝐴𝐴 to do recon on different targets. So to install this, you can do a bunch of different ways. If you're using Docker, you can use the Docker way of it. You can do it from source if you want to download the source and compile on your own. We're going to do the easiest way. It's either Snapcraft or just using apt-get. So we're just going to go ahead and just do apt-get install 𝐂𝐴𝐴, and that should actually do it. And if that doesn't work, like it did on my screen, we can try doing snap. There's a ton of different ways of doing this. Again, just have to make sure you get it installed. Looks like Snap is doing its thing. It's going to install it for us in a minute, and we should be good to go. Now that we have it installed, we're just going to type in 𝐂𝐴𝐴. Again, 𝐂𝐴𝐴 is a huge tool. You can do a ton of different things with it. So all the different options, and within each of these, it has its own options. Again, it's a huge tool. I feel like 𝐂𝐴𝐴 itself could have a course of its own, but for the sake of this portion of the course, we're just going to try out a few things. But I highly recommend using 𝐂𝐴𝐴, looking into different tutorials. Daniel Miessler has done a great article on this. I'll make sure to link it down below in our resource sections, as I mentioned earlier. And also, Jeff Foley, the author of 𝐂𝐴𝐴, has also done a great talk at NameChap on how to use 𝐂𝐴𝐴 efficiently. I'll make sure I have all these links down below, and you can go ahead and use them.